Luke, it seems, though, like the clock has struck midnight on the Josh Dobbs Vikings Cinderella story. How are you feeling about Dobbs and the Vikings right now?
Not great. Not great.
No.
I thought he had a very poor night. I mean, the 4 interceptions. But if you're a Vikings fan, the one thing I will say is that the Bears defense, shockingly, is actually number 1 in the league heading into this game when it comes to their rush defense, yards per carry. So I thought today Dobbs would actually have a good night. That was my initial belief. But I knew it would be tougher because they wouldn't have a run game. And what I saw today was that they need at least some sort of run game. All the play action really didn't work, and then he was forced to drop back. And he's not there yet, not with this offense. You saw the interceptions. It was a big-time struggle. But the good news for Vikings fans, let's stay positive for them. You're 6-6. I do think that they still have a legitimate shot in the playoffs. Not that they're going to be good in the playoffs,
right.
Jay, but everybody else pretty much stinks.
Yeah, it's true. And if you're a Lions fan, you're thrilled.
Oh, you got the division.
You dropped the Thursday game, and you're feeling bad about yourselves. The Vikings help you out there on Monday night. Now, before we get to the Bears, I want to point out that the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers, fired head coach Frank Reich on Monday, early in the morning after a 1-10 start. Why is that relevant? Well, that's relevant because of this, Luke. Now, if you're the Bears, have you seen enough? And we're going to change this to a different board here, because this is the wrong board. We'll get to the Seahawks Cowboys. This is what I want to talk to you about. Here we go. Have you seen enough of Justin Fields? Look at the Bears. They've got the Panthers pick. They're sitting at number 1 overall. They've got that pick at 4. We talked about it yesterday. 4 studs in the top 10 at quarterback that they could potentially take. Have you seen enough of Justin Fields to say to yourself, yeah, they absolutely have to take a quarterback, the Bears do?
Yes.
Yeah.
And for a variety of reasons. I mean, you look at tonight, they had 4 turnovers, talking about the Vikings, 4 picks, and they managed to get 3 total points, the Bears did. Fields has to have a situational mindset where it's like, hey, we got our foot on the gas, our defense is playing well, we need to score points. Couldn't do it. But the next thing that I'll say that was very interesting about today's game plan was, if you notice, there was a ton of wide receiver screens, and it happened all game. And if you're watching this game, you're probably wondering, why are the Bears doing this? Well, what happens is you're playing this Vikings defense, and Brian Flores is the defensive coordinator, and he's leading the league in blitzes and pressures right now. That's bringing 5 or 6 players. If you have a quarterback that you trust, you can now sit back there, make sure he has pre-snap, the O-line all set up to block. If somebody is unblocked, he knows he's hot off a certain rusher, and you can really dice up defenses.
Right.
But you look at what Eberflus did today, and the offensive coordinator for the Bears, Luke Willson, and they basically said, we have zero faith in our quarterback to have any sort of, process going on pre-snap. So how we're going to defeat all this pressure and these blitzes is by simply throwing wide receiver screens. And it minimizes your offense and makes it look like the absolute garbage in the snooze fest that we all got to enjoy for 3 hours.
Yes, it did.
So
yes, it did.
The reason I say we talk about this draft, even if you believe Fields is a player in this league and is athletic and has the arm, which I think he has the qualities, this staff does not believe that, and it's evident by the way they called this game.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And, if you had a chance to pair, say, a Caleb Williams out of USC with a Marvin Harrison Jr., I think you just got to do it. Big Thursday nighter coming up for you. And, Luke, I know this is very important to you.
It is.
And all the fans of the Seattle Seahawks.
Upset alert, upset alert. Don't even look at that +8.5. I'm reading all about Pete today. This guy's wound up. They're going into Dallas. We know Dan Quinn. We know Mike McCarthy from playing him in Green Bay. The Hawks are going to come back with a vengeance, baby. Let's go.
I mean, it certainly wouldn't put it past them, because this seems like a Cowboys letdown game.
No question, Jay. You nailed it.
8-3 Cowboys. Over under total set at 46.5. Remember, Seattle's lost 3 of 4. They need this one. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And then we're going to break it down afterward. And, depending on how Seattle does, Luke, that's the kind of mood you're going to be in on that post-game show.
There's no question, but I'm telling you, I got great vibes. It's going to be a close one. We know too much about this team and this coaching staff.
I'm feeling good about it, too, and I'm feeling good about this show. We follow every primetime NFL game this season.